Hey, fellow guitar players, what's new and exciting? So, I talk a lot about doing things like learning how to read standard notation and learn some fundamental music theory, right? These are some of my go-tos when I want to help somebody improve on the instrument. But they're not really popular opinions when it comes to rock music. As a matter of fact, I was probably playing for about 4 years before I finally saw the value in learning these things. So I get a lot of pushback, not a popular opinion at all. And one of the arguments that usually gets thrown back at me when I start advocating for learning these skills is that there's a nice long list of guitar players who achieved great success without learning them, right? Usually guys like Hendrix, Clapton, Stevie Ray Vaughan, these are all players that are included in this list who maybe didn't learn how to read music, they didn't learn much about theory, but yet they managed to achieve great things on the guitar. And they're not wrong, right? That's absolutely true. But here are a few things that those players had that really helped them on their journey. It compensated for the fact that they didn't have the knowledge, right? One is that they had a certain amount of talent. I mean, let's face it, we are all born with different aptitudes, and whether some of those players had mechanical aptitudes, right? Like the playing the guitar mechanically was fairly easy for them, or they had an appreciation for music that went beyond what some of their contemporaries had. Something gave them an edge. Something they were born with gave them an edge, okay? I don't usually lean on that, but you can't discount it. They had a certain amount of talent. One of the other things that they would have had would have been a tremendous amount of drive. These are people who probably put more time into practicing in a single day than a lot of guitar players do in a week. Maybe they learned a bunch of stuff the hard way, who knows? But they put in the hours every day to get better. Another thing that these guys would have had is imagination. They wanted to hear music a particular way. I remember seeing something on Jimi Hendrix where he said in a letter that he wanted to take the blues and modernize it. That was his goal. That was a very imaginative goal and not an easy task, but it was something he was willing to dedicate so much time to. And the other thing that he had going for him, and all of these other players had going for him, is opportunity. Now, opportunity, I mean, we think of opportunity and we think of, oh, hey, they had an opportunity to get a record deal or whatever. But it could also just be being able to get into a situation where you are playing with musicians who are more experienced than you are, right? A lot of people don't talk about it too much, but Hendrix played in the Chitlin circuit, right? Which was a backup band for like guys like Little Richard and stuff. So at a young age, at an early stage in his career, he was playing with musicians who at that time were a lot better than he was. And he learned and he absorbed. Now, if you don't have some combination of these things, you can learn guitar, you can get effectively as good, maybe not as creative, maybe not as innovative, but you can be able to play as well and play as expressively with the application of a little knowledge. And in my opinion, that comes from learning how to read standard notation, and it comes from learning a little fundamental music theory. You may agree with me, you may not. That's up to you. You can continue on whatever journey you want to go on, but I dare you to become a better musician and learn some of these skills. I promise you, you won't regret it.